Let your kids watch it!
Welcome everyone to the TheUndercoverBrony Reviews. The episode reviewed today will be My Little Pony, Pony Life. Do I really need to say more?
So Jonathan, my old friend, I'm to believe you have some feelings about this?
Fuck this everyone bullshit!
So we watched Pony Life, and the truth is, we have some feelings on it.
Look. Okay. I thought that Three's a Crowd was bad.
It was.
I thought that 246 grade was bad. I thought that Spike at Your Fucking Service was bad.
It was.
This is an unholy abomination that needs to burn. So let's talk about it.
And you boys are going to be doing the burning. Let's get one thing out of the way. Because it's going to be compared to it. Because everything like this is compared to it now. This is not Teen Titans Go. Okay? This is better than Teen Titans Go. But you see, oh, my children, that's a low bar. And this show barely clears that low bar. This television show, this Pony Life, is everything that the original show wasn't. Tone, art style, pacing. It's and I'm not gonna lie, there was some funny moments. There's some times where I'm like, haha, that wasn't bad. But I felt like I needed a nap after I watched it because it was just so loud and balls to the wall fast. I mean, again, it's not Teen Titans Go. That show, Jesus Christ, there's always noise and saturation and color. But, yeah, the show's a bro moment.
Dude. Okay.
John, if you would. I wouldn't say you're more attached to Friendship is Magic, but we're attached to the show semi-differently, so I at least was able to look at it like, you know what? I love it because I love it like for the same reasons that people are loving Last of Us 2, because it's so bad and ridiculously bad that it's funny. But yeah, what's your thoughts on it?
Here's the thing. Unlike you, most of the times if it's that kind of so bad it's good, like, you know, fucking let's say something along the lines of like The Room or Birdemic, Shock and Terror, that kind of stuff. I'm not really like, I understand why people find that satirically funny, but at the same time, it's not really my style of comedy. So I don't get really invested with stuff like that. So I was like, okay, let's give this a shot, because everyone's been going on and saying, this is going to be the worst thing ever. This is going to be the worst thing ever. This is going to be the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's give it a try. And the first one was okay, I guess. The main thing I'm pissed off about is the second one. Oh, good God. Let's back up. Let's go to the first one and walk through that, and then we'll go to the second one and walk through that.
Okay.
So why don't you start off with the Princess Cake Bake Off thing?
Okay, so do you want to walk us through it?
Well, here's the thing.
Because I can.
It's so balls to the walls, it's hard to talk about. You know what I mean?
Okay, so here's what happens, ladies and gentlemen. So the episode opens up, and right away, you know something's different. So the episode opens up, and we're at Sugar Cube Corner, I guess, and Pinkie Pie's doing some stuff. And just tonally, everything just feels off and different. It feels like this weird AU. The art style, I actually kind of like the art style for the characters, but I don't know. So like,
The only art style that I don't like is for Rainbow Dash, because she looks fucking terrible.
yeah, I wouldn't say she's terrible.
Like
I feel like they made her. I feel like they made her look like a Karen a bit.
She looks like she has a fucking mohawk. And
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I first started watching the show, that's what I thought she was meant to have. Maybe not a mohawk, but ponytail with bangs. Because I don't know, quirky. So, so that's going on, right? And everything is. How do I word this? So Pinkie Pie's trying to get on this cooking show called the Royal Jelly Juggernaut, and everything just feels off. The original show never did this, but there's like even fourth wall humor. Like Pinkie Pie's doing some crazy stuff, right? And then she and then she accidentally, like, a scoop of ice cream lands on Rarity's hair, and this happens like once. Rarity like faints and poos the couch, and then Applejack comes swaggering into the frame, and she looks at the camera, like right at you, and goes, "I miss this. Didn't you miss this?" And I was like, "What? Don't do that. Don't do that."
Applejack had the best humor for both of these episodes. Just putting it out there. That was those fourth wall breaks were the only times I laughed the entire time. The entire like 20 minutes of these combined 2 episodes. So she's wanting to get into this cook-off thing, and everyone else is freaking out for no fucking reason, because it's Pinkie Pie, and if Friendship is Magic is anything to go off of, it's the kind of thing where she may be a little messy when she actually bakes, but she'll do a fucking good job and clean up afterward.
This show this and the next one, this show makes it look like that Pinkie Pie had never baked before. Or that she was like, or that, she was, they made it feel like Pinkie Pie was a messy or bad, whatever, or disorganized baker, and it was a thing that everyone knew. So the other main 5 are treating it like, oh man, we gotta help Pinkie Pie. They're trying to sabotage her from going on the show, which I'm like, okay, Twilight would go so far as to like warn someone to where it ruins a good time, but she wouldn't like literally try to sabotage Pinkie Pie.
Yep.
And there's literally a point where they all get stuck in some cake, and Pinkie Pie's like, oh, you guys didn't believe in me. I'm mad sad, bro. And then Twilight's like, maybe we should have believed in her the whole time? And I'm like, what the fuck? One of my favorite parts of this episode is they drink these potions that because Rainbow Dash is like, what's the Royal Jelly Juggernaut? So they drink the potions, they smack their heads against Rainbow Dash, and it's a way to create the little dream sequence or whatever. And there's an animation error after Twilight's done with hers where she doesn't have her wings, and it's on screen for 4 solid seconds, like 2 minutes into the first episode. You're telling me no one caught that? Nobody caught that.
Here's the sad part.
Not hurting. Hasbro and DHX and all those other schmucks working on the show are not hurting for money. There's no way. There's no reason. There's no reason that should have slipped. I'm not saying. I mean, the show had animation errors from whatever, but they basically pretty much stopped consistently after season 3, basically. Like, they still happen. That's gonna happen, but not as much as seasons 1 and 2.
Yeah. which it's funny. My wife and I are going back through the series, and when they do the first Benny Hill thing in Ticketmaster, and the entire sequence, if it's going fast, like if the characters are moving fast, it actually like lowers its quality and it looks very pixelated.
Oh yeah, as far as I know, there's a couple reasons for that. One is because one's because either a combination of they did that on purpose to slow down rendering and stuff so it would take less time, and they didn't, and or they just didn't want to cheat and just have speed lines and shit. So I don't know. I mean, who cares? Okay.
Yeah.
The point is that none of Pinkie Pie's friends believe in her. The Jelly Juggernaut is the equivalent of, like, I don't know, Chopped or Iron Chef or Beat Bobby Flay. Princess Goddamn Celestia is the judge, and that's cool, right? No pressure. You're only cooking You're only cooking for the ruler of half the planet.
Well, we don't even know if that's the case in this show or not because they don't establish it. But I will say, when they're like you were talking about how Twilight gets to a realization of maybe we should have believed in her and stuff. First, there's two things that I see here. One, I'm thinking, no fucking duh. And second of all, this is way too fucking rushed. Like, way too rushed to be.
Well, that's the point. I mean, I like at least I get that. Okay, that's the point, because this was a two-parter, but the episodes are only 11 minutes long. It's cut up into half-hour segments, or it's cut up into little bite-sized segments, like what Cartoon Network used to do with old shows like Dexter. Like the Dexter episode would be like 6 minutes. Then there's like a 3-4 minute Justice Friends thing, and then there's another Dexter thing. So that I get, but I wasn't expecting Leo Tolstoy's War and Peace, or I don't know, Square Enix's Final Fantasy 15. But
here's the problem, though.
It's pretty jarring.
The problem is, you were talking about like Dexter's Lab, or even SpongeBob, because those are cut up into bite-sized pieces as well. Here's the thing. The way those shows were written, they knew, okay, we have a breakneck speed. Now, how can we make it to where people actually care while we're doing it? This is breakneck pace where they're just like, oh shit, we need to throw a moral in here. Here, just hammer it in here. And it's like, that doesn't work. It's not written in a way to actually make it work with the breakneck pace. But she gets in, and apparently her friends have to eat their way out of cake batter. And I'm just
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, listen. At the very least, no, I can't come up with anything for it.
Let's move on to the next one, which is where I have most of my issues with. It starts out with another fourth wall break, though not from one of the characters. Rainbow Dash is walking through, I guess you could say, Ponyville, which, weirdly enough, this place actually looks more like Discord's dimension, but whatever. And she's wearing Beats earbuds.
Drop the Hooves by Dre.
Yes. Beats fucking earbuds. And it's just like a backwards P. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And then this weird blueberry thing walks up to her.
Was that a pony?
Like, I'm your biggest fan. I'm like, who the fuck are you? You do not look like that character was the most jarring thing about this show. Not the new art style. Not anything else. This fucking character is the most jarring thing.
That didn't look like a pony. That looked like a really just moldy marshmallow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the gimmick here is Rainbow Dash has just won something or whatever, and then Rainbow Dash is like she goes to Sugar Cube Corner where she's won Employee of the Month. She's like, I don't even work here, and Pinkie Pinkie's like, hey, I'm paraphrasing. But she basically says, hey, Rainbow Dash, I baked some humble pie.
And then Rainbow Dash actually comes in, and this is why I almost turned off the fucking episode. I was this close to turning it off. Because Rainbow Dash comes into Sugar Cube Corner, and she's just like, I can't do this without my friends. I love you all. I'm like, yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
We saw stuff we saw stuff like that all the time for 10 years in the show. That was not the worst thing about this.
Not that like out there. It was not that pushed out. Like it was not okay. Let me rephrase. It was not that fucking obvious when it happened. They already went through turmoil before doing that. Here, it's just, oh, wonderful girls. I'm happy to see you. I love you all. Let's hug. I'm just like, good.
You know what, ironically, I actually kind of like that only because, I had to deal with Rainbow Dash for 10 freaking years. Talking about how, she was too cool for this. She didn't like showing feelings and emotions except for Skulu. She to literally the end of the show, she still wouldn't admit that she liked reading really, I guess she did, but or like massages and stuff. So to see Rainbow Dash actually be open with her feelings was actually a breath of fresh air. For me.
I guess. But
so
then we meet this character.
Then this asshole, this slimy green asshole, just saunters in the Sugar Cube Corner, and he's like, "You may be the best at being the best, but are you the best at being the worst?" And I'm like, what? And Rainbow Dash is like, what? And he's like, yeah, I hear you're pretty good at being the best of the best, but no one is as worse as me.
Okay, so this dude's name is just as slimy as his character. Dishwater Slog.
Can we just end the recording now, please? I have videos to edit. I'm getting really far into Days Gone. I could work on music. I don't know. Have a good wank. Just anything. Okay. I did not survive. I did not survive high school and depression for this. I have not watched my parents' marriage deteriorate just so this show could give me shit like this. So, again, to restate, reiterate, and reprobate, this asshole challenges Rainbow Smash to a fucking worst off. And the idea is, be the worst you. Keep in mind, he's challenging the pony who in another universe has a pop punk song called Awesome As I Wanna Be, and her whole gimmick. Listen, each character has their own core thing, Twilight's is don't be afraid to don't be afraid to to be true to yourself. Rarities is there's beauty everywhere. Applejack is core classic family values. Fluttershy's is don't be afraid to stand up for yourself. And who's the other one? Pinkie Pie. Her whole thing is I don't know, fuck Weird Al Yankovic. And Rainbow Dash's whole thing has always been be the best you could be. This light bright looking bitch actually goes along with the competition. She goes in on this competition and she sucks at being bad, which pissed me off because I already got told for about 5-6 years out of this show's lifespan, probably the whole thing if I'm being honest, that Rainbow Dash was perfect. Oh, Sonic Rainbow, oh, she joined the Wonderbolts, oh my god, she's the reason sort of that all the ponies got their cutie marks. Oh my god, that's such a good literary device. I'm gonna just put that all over my TV show. Ugh! And now, I have to get told that Rainbow Dash is not good at being bad. and then they try to like Freudian excuse that shit because then she's like, ever since I was a kid, I've never been good at backing down from a challenge. And they're all just like, but bro, just do it. And then, I don't know, they do the competition, and she loses or wins, I don't know. And then she basically just tells Slime Water, whatever his name is, she tells Bong Water, basically, who, by the way, I love the fact he has like a shitty tank top on with chest hairs sticking out.
Mm-hmm.
She tells Bong Water, basically, hey, GG, bro. And he's like, the hell is that? She's like, well, that's what people say when people beat someone and they want to be polite. He's like, to what? And it's just like can't compute. And remember, that's just like I'm the best me that there can be, and I'm gonna be as awesome as I can be.
Here's the thing, though. Even before the end, they're going through part of the competition, and it's literally where, oh, just throw shit in a blender, and it'll make it look rancid. Okay, you still did that better than me. And then there's like one where she's trying to like paint something. And it's like, well, that could be abstract art. And then Dishwater Slog or whatever his name is goes in and does something absolutely terrible. And Rarity comes in and she's like, oh, that's horrible, you know. And then there was one good joke in this. One good joke. It was at the point where Rainbow Dash can't feel emotions. And it's literally, they start trying to make Rainbow Dash care about something. And it was established earlier that Rainbow Dash didn't bring back a book that Applejack had lent her or something like that. And she's just like, you're a bastard. You're a creep. You didn't bring back my book! And then she looks directly at the screen. Wow, got real there for a second. That made me laugh. That made me laugh.
Yeah.
The little blueberry guy gets tripped. Rainbow Dash shows her emotions. It was like, hi, I mean, blah, 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 blah. And then for some fucking reason, Fluttershy grows into this bigger version of herself.
Oh god, I forgot about that.
And she's like, what? Now it's funny because I was talking with a group of friends of mine. I'm friends with a bunch of people, a bunch of bronies, and we have what's called the executive club. One of my friends was just like, I had what the fuck laughs, like that thing that Fluttershy can just do now, no explanation. And this was before I saw the episode, so I'm like, what are you referring to? Someone says expansion. Just Google image for Fluttershy expansion. If you don't get what I'm saying, don't do that. And the other guy's like, what the fuck? No, specifically do not do that. And I said, too late. And I posted this picture.
Yeah, you're gonna send me that. I need.
Oh, and then the other guy's like, God damn it.
I don't know, dude. Yeah, I thought that this would be a fun little shit post because I'm like, oh come on, it's so bad it's good, or it's whatever. It's like I love shit like that all the time. I mean, it's we'll just have a shit post, I mean, who cares? I was like, who cares? Show's over. The 9 seasons plus the movie and epilogue. And all the specials in Equestria Girls, they have their places in history. It's fine. Even if the show's bad, there's no way I care enough to feel offended or whatever by it, because not because I don't love Friendship is Magic, but because I'm like, it's a spin-off. Equestria Girls was different. When that came out, that first movie wasn't that great, but that shit was canon. This is dead ass a spin-off. And so I'm like, who cares? Who cares? I cared. And I'm kind of pissed at myself that I cared, because I should have probably told myself 8 years ago, but it's just ponies. But these voices, these characters, this setting, this has been my bread and butter for 8 years. You don't just do something like, when Teen Titans Go came out, I'd already grieved and moved on from Teen Titans, and when I saw what it was, I told myself I wasn't going to watch it, and I didn't. I saw some clips, but I've never watched it on television. So that's one thing. But just... And listen, I'm trying to be light about it. He was legitimately seething in rage.
Fuck this. I'm just saying, fuck this.
I'd still be down to review it just because... Listen, the worst episodes of Friendship is Magic, I never had more passionate feelings for. Even some of the best episodes, I never had that much passion for, because I was so conditioned that the show was good that I was just like, yeah, dude, another good episode. And when we saw a bad one, I was like, we'll bounce back. It's fine. But this, Children of the Bronies, this show can only be lame.
You go down a rabbit hole, and it's never ending. It's a never
You're staring into your new god's soul. I'm swallowing the rabbit hole.
But yeah, so if an episode catches our eye, we'll do that. But I think we'll just stick to the retro reviews, because I really want to get that finished before Generation 5. And then
Bro, that shit ain't coming until 2022. I promise.
Well, this show has done crazier. All right then. So
This show sucks.
Yeah, it does.
All right, I guess we will talk to you guys next time. From the Undercover Brony, I'm Snakeskin.
And I'm John.
And
we'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.
Catch you around next time, just around the riverbed. Pocahontas came out today, 1995. Adios.